guys doing? So I'm here to, just talk with you guys real quick early in the morning about that of, it's not really a long one, but just that of a notification of the state of what a lot of content talks are that we hear going on in for a lot of channels. And it's no secret. It's the conversation on it's literally the diatribe of the haves and the have-nots. And it's always that kind of conversation that keep coming up about two-parent homes, who has access to love and who don't have access, who has money, who's being justly treated, who's not, who has the right to the laws. That's what these conversations are about. And I know because I've had them. I've grown dull and tired of them because I'm like, wait, that's not my experience. That's not my issue. Like, these are self-corrected issues that anybody can fix if they so choose to. The problem is when you try to identify with that of something that's not your problem. You try to place yourself in a situation that's not yours. And that's why you're seeing so much like static or issues. Because you're seeing that of the dialogue of you're seeing the dialogue of men and women for those of the have and have nots talking about, things that literally that's everybody's fate. That's why I don't really get too caught up in that of the politics of the talking points of a lot of these people because they're not my issue. They're not, for the most part. I mean, I can agree and disagree and say, that's interesting. Then I would ask, well, what are you doing about it? What are you doing to change it? Well, there's nothing that we can do about it because it's this and that. Well, just because you don't have it today don't mean you won't have it tomorrow. Just because that was your situation last year or as a child don't mean it's going to be like that forever. And that kind of irritates people, especially in these type of spaces, because it seems like it's more cooler to struggle or stunt. Either you're struggling or you're stunning. And that's a problem with the have and have-nots. And people have been going along with that narrative for a while. Well, these people get access to this and this and this. I'm sorry, do you want to be like them? Do you want access like them? Do you want to be treated like them? Do you want to be, looked at like them? No, I want them to do this and this. Well, that's not something that's upon your power. That's why I always hear these conversations, and I try to tell them, like, listen, man, like I did a video showing people at that you know out and about doing things, making money, living in nice gated areas of communities. Look at it. On one side, there'll be a gated community. On another side, there's a non-protected community. If you're in an environment at which they don't have the proper school curriculum, you can petition to move your children out of that environment. You can try to do better and move up and do better for yourself. These conversations, man, I'm telling you, they're no more than have and have not conversations. But what do you do with the person who does work to have, rather than complain about what they don't have? What do you do about the person that actually puts himself in a position of authority and say, well, I'm this and I had these afflictions and issues, but I changed that. See, that was my sin. When I didn't have, I worked to have. When I didn't have access to, I put myself in an accessible parameter to where I can have access to that. I'm in a area or a bubble of things that I want to have or seek. It's going to be pressed upon you to want different. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. Like, they rather listen to a panel with people bickering, fighting, but they don't like listening to people who are solution based, not pointing their finger. Somebody who's solution based is like, okay, yeah, this happened, yeah, this went about, but I changed and put myself in a better predicament. Here's what it is. I'm not going to go around complaining about stuff because I changed and I put myself in a position of what I wanted to see. I wanted to see. I didn't like my kid's school. I put myself in a better area. I didn't like my job. I got a better job or career. I went outside education. I put myself in places or environments where I wanted to be. I'm not complaining. People complain about their looks all the time. But I'm like, that don't mean you got to deal with those people. Know where you are in your universe and be comfortable with that. So when people come at me about stuff, I'm like, I'm not complaining about the have and have nots. I'm not here complaining about certain system issues, but I understand they're set up for a reason. They're placed like that for a reason. All right, guys. Peace.